Welcome, my dear friends. In this session, I will tell you about the feedback and its importance in the communication. So, starting with the topic that is feedback and its types. So, before starting the topic feedback, first of all, you should know that what are the main components of the communication. You can also say it is the communication cycle. So, first of all, the very first component of the communication is the source. Source is actually the sender who sends the data or whose idea is sent from one place to another is called the source. Now the second is message. So message is exactly the piece of information which is sent by the sender to the receiver. Means the exact piece of the information or the sentence or the letter or the email which is exactly contain the message or information. This is called the message. The third is encoding. So when we are sending the data, it may be used by some other people who are not eligible to use it. So what we do, we encode the data in some other form by using any special key. So when we are sending the data in the encrypted form, the data will not be used by the illegal peoples. And the next is the channel. So channel is the medium through which the data is passed from the sender to receiver. If we are using wired communication, then data is passes through the cables or the wires, and if we are using wireless communications means such as Wi-Fi and internet, then our data is passes through the wireless communication medium. The next is decoding. At the receiver's end, when the data is received, the data is decoded to its original form as sent by the user, and the data is again ready to use in its original form. And the last is the receiver. Receiver is exactly the system, the computer or the person who receives the data. This is the another end of the communication cycle. So now comes feedback in the picture. So what is feedback? When the receiver receives the data, the receiver sends a simple message to the sender that the data is received by me. So this type of information which sender receives from the receiver is called the feedback. So feedback can be of many types. So now starting with the topic feedback. So as I told you earlier that the receiver sends the data as the form of response to the sender. So feedback is an audience response. It enables us to evaluate the effectiveness of our message, that the message is exactly reached to the receiver ends or not. So now here I am going to start the types of feedback. The very first type of feedback is formative and summative. The next is descriptive and prescriptive. The third one is specific and non-specific. So now starting with the first one, that is formative and summative. So the formative feedback is used in the class learning or in order to reach their daily goals. Means you can understand this type of feedback with the help of an example, that when a teacher teaches in the class, after explaining a particular topic, the teacher asks that the topic is clear to you all. If you said yes, then what the teacher will do? The teacher will move to the next point. Otherwise, the teacher will explain the topic again. So when the teacher asks that the topic is understood by you all and you said yes or no, so this is a type of response or the feedback which you had given to the teacher, and then the teacher came to know that the topic is clear to you all or not. So this type of feedback which are used in order to achieve the learning goal. So this type of feedback is called the formative feedback. And the summative feedback are those feedbacks which are given in the last of the year or in the mid of the year. Sometimes it may be in the form of unit test. So summative feedback is meant to evaluate a person. Means in your school you usually give the examinations such as term papers, half yearly and the annual examination, and according to this your report card is maintained. So when you have made any mistake in the summative feedback, then you are punished, else you are given any some kind of reward. The next type of feedback is descriptive feedback and prescriptive feedback. So the descriptive feedback is usually told you that your work is good or not good, means it does not explain that the what kind of problems are there with your work. Sometimes you had submitted any project report to your teacher and the teacher said the feedback or the project is good. Then what this type of feedback is called? This type of feedback is called the descriptive feedback. And when the teachers provide you a sort of advice in which the teacher told you that what you can do to make your project better, then this type of feedback is called the prescriptive feedback. In order to make anything better with the help of any advice, with the help of any feedback, so this type of feedback is called the prescriptive feedback. Now moving forward, the next feedback is specific and non-specific feedbacks. So the specific feedback is the detailed and complete information about each and every student or each and every person in the class or in the group. Means you had given an exam or test in the examination and the teacher enters in the room and teacher explain the plus point and the negative point individually one to one student, then this type of feedback is called the specific feedback. And if the teacher told that your class performance is good or your class performance is not good, then this type of feedback is called the non-specific feedback, when the teacher is giving the feedback in a common group or in a common class. So when the feedback is given to individual person one by one in detailed manner, then this type of feedback is called the specific feedback. And when the feedback is given to any particular group, then this type of feedback is called the non-specific feedback. So the next topic is the principle of effective communication, or you can see the 7 C's principle. So these principles are called the 7 C's principle because you can see all the principle starts with the letter C. As you can see in the list, the name of the each and every principle starts with the letter C. So this communication principle is known as 7 C's of the communication. So now moving forward, in the descriptive form, the 7 C's principle is called like that. The first one is the clear, means your message should be clear or understandable to the receiver. Concise, the message should be clear and to the point, means no vague words are used here and message should be exact. Concrete means your message should not contain some extra words or some extra things that which makes your message vague. So just send your message in a concrete way. The next is correct. So it is exactly as genuine as that your message should be correct, that what you are sending to anyone else. The next is coherent. So when we are sending any message, the message should make some sense, means the message have some meaning that is useful to the receiver. So when we are sending the message, we should keep in mind that the message should be coherent, means we can extract some sort of meaning from the message. The next is complete, means when you are sending a message, the message should be complete. If you are sending incomplete message, it will create many type of issues at the receiver end. The next is courteous. When the sender is sending the message, the sender should be polite for the receiver. The sender should not use such kind of word which make any type of problem with the receiver ends. So in this section I had told you about the feedback and its type and the very important point, that is the 7 C's of the communication. Thank you.